All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. We'll go ahead and kick this off. There will be recordings available later on for those of you that already have a Brook Air website login. We will be putting these online, and anyone who has a login will be able to access these recordings. If you don't have a login access yet, definitely speak to your account manager and we'll get you set up. Thought we'd just start with a quick introduction for those of you that may not be too familiar with Brook Air. We are a third generation family owned air filter manufacturer, headquarters in New Jersey, where we started back in 1974 as a service contractor, actually, HVAC side. Over the course of our first 16 years, we identified a need in the industry for a reliable source for filtration and started out by fabricating our own custom sizes for customers and eventually added some standards into the mix, and brings us all the way up to today where we now have the capacity to make over 30,000 filters a day. Pretty cool to be part of a company that's started out and still owned by family and making the majority of our products here in the USA. Well, let's jump into batch mode. I am going to share my screen here. Let's talk about batch mode. This is our digital platform. Some of you who are logging in may not be too familiar with it, but it's a system of online tools. If you do not have something similar of your own, it can be a valuable resource for looking up pricing on stock and custom sizes, managing contracts, building job lists for your facility maintenance or preventative maintenance customers in the case of HVAC contractors, and do a whole host of things that really streamlines and simplifies what you're doing on a day-to-day basis related to preventative maintenance. What we're showing today is what we call batch order mode. The reason that this feature has been added over the years is that it allows you to combine multiple orders in one online checkout. So instead of having to create, going through the entire process of creating multiple orders, you can just flick on batch order mode and combine a whole bunch of items into one order, simplifying the process. And then, of course, a byproduct of that is being able to get free freight with the accumulated total of all the combined orders. For demonstration purposes today, I've just set up a few sample jobs that we're ordering. I've already added several to the list here just for purpose of time. The batch order mode toggle switch is right here. You can click on it. It's enabled right now. It'll show grayed out when you don't have it enabled. We're going to finish off the last one here, which is for the YMCA, and I will show you how that's done. So we just simply go into the search bar. Here is a quick way to do it. First item is a 16 by 25 by 2. It's going to pull up the available filters in that size. We want to add the pleated filters. So we're going to go to the item page and we're going to just add a note that it's for the YMCA Lakeville. PO number is already saved, or you can create a new PO number. You don't have to, it can be multiple PO numbers. So each of these jobs or stores could have their own PO number. I'm just going to reuse this one for purpose of time. Quantity of 60 as our list indicates. And then we're going to add it to the cart along with the other items. We'll quickly go to our next item here, 20 by 25 by 2. And again, it's going to pull up a list here. We'll just do a quick view this time. And again, same thing, YMCA Lakeville for our job tag. Use the same PO number. Quantity in this one is 24. And we'll add it to the job list. I'm sorry, add it to the cart. That's another episode. So now that all items have been added to the cart, we can see that we are now at $1,017. We have hit the free freight threshold and complete the checkout process. That checkout process is covered in a separate webinar, so we won't waste everyone's time on that. What I did want to cover in this episode is the ability to do the exact same thing with job lists. So if we go to our menu here, we'll go to job lists. I've got one job list added already to, actually, I'll just jump in here and show you that. Under purchases and scheduled sales orders, we can see this one I've already added. It's got a delivery ID assigned to it, which is important to note, as I'll show you here in a minute. But once you've placed orders online, they show up in this scheduled sales order queue. It's a handy spot to manage everything you have ordered. You can adjust delivery dates from here, etc. But let's jump back to job lists. And let's just say that we want to add, we'll just pick 421 Tremont LLC. We'll select all of the items, and then we will add these items to the cart. Actually, just for clarity here, I'm going to empty the cart of those other items that we had been playing around with, and we'll put just this job list in there. Sorry, just a little bit of a lag here. Let's try refreshing the page. Okay, sorry about that, everyone. But this fixes it. Yep, here we go. Add items to cart. We'll get a little pop-up box once that's done, notifying us that these items have been added. And then I will show you how to connect them to a previous order. So this takes us to the cart. You could add multiple job lists in here before we go to this step, but I'll just, again, for time's sake, proceed to checkout. And then going back to what I mentioned before about the existing delivery, this is where you can pair up multiple job lists to one delivery. You simply click on the delivery that you want it associated with. In this case, this particular job list was well over the free shipping allowance, so it's not necessarily something you'd have to do, but that is how you would add multiple job lists to one delivery record, thereby getting you free freight if you had a bunch of smaller job lists that you're placing orders on. So that covers batch mode. Hopefully that's helpful. And if there is more clarity that you would like to see around this, or maybe work through your own specific job lists or items or what have you, again, just reach out to your account manager, and we're certainly glad to spend some time with you one-on-one, running it through for your own on your own website. Thank you so much for joining. Next week, we are going to be covering contract management. That's a new feature that isn't visible for most of you yet, but that's where you can manage all of your preventative maintenance contracts, a really handy new feature. We look forward to seeing you all then. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great day.